Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. Last night, pretty much a break-even night. We went 5-4 on bets. With the VIG, we actually finished just below zero. I think it was minus 0.05. So pretty much just a break-even night. Let's move on to tonight, just 3 NBA games. This is the last NBA action we're going to see before the All-Star break. So let's find some value. Let's bring in a few dollars before the break. Let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Hey, get the Source.
First up, Milwaukee's on the road in Chicago. This is a 7:30 p.m. tip. Total sitting at 229.5. This line opened up Chicago +7, and as expected, everyone's on the Bucks. Super heavy public on Milwaukee here. Line moves from 7. We're now looking at Chicago +8. Let's take a quick glance at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Chicago +9.35. So that's a lean on the Bucks, a slight lean, about a 1-point lean on Milwaukee. Obviously, after last night, it makes me sick to even think about backing the Chicago Bulls. My bet of the night last night was Bulls +2.5. They blew it, I think it was a 23-point lead. And then not only did they just lose the game, but the way they blew the cover, a couple missed free throws at the end, absolutely sickening. Everything in this matchup points to a Bucks bet, which actually scares me a little because it's almost too obvious. You've got Milwaukee. They've won 11 straight basketball games. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bulls have lost 5 straight. It gets even deeper. These two are division rivals, right? The Bucks are 0-2 against the Bulls this year. So you got a red-hot Milwaukee Bucks team going into Chicago to play a struggling Bulls team with a revenge factor. They haven't beaten the Bulls yet this year. If you've been watching this channel for a while, you know that I like to play the under in Bucks divisional games, except for the Pacers, Bucks Cavs, Bucks Bulls, Bucks Pistons. I like to play the under in those matchups because they cash a lot. The under has cashed in 11 of the last 15 matchups between the Bucks and the Bulls. So I'm going to play the under at 229.5. And obviously, I'm not betting Chicago. Not crazy about laying the points, but I'm going to do it. Give me Milwaukee -8 next game. Washington Wizards on the road in Minnesota. This is an 8 p.m. tip. Total is sitting at 234.5. Line was Minnesota -4, but it dropped down to 3, most likely as a result of the sharp money. Public's pretty even here, but look at the sharp money, definitely all over the Wizards. Let's take a quick look at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Minnesota -2.04. So we're looking at a 1-point lean, a very slight lean towards Washington. So why don't we start by taking a look at the Wizards' shot distributions over the last 3 weeks, right? They do not attack the paint that much. They're 13th in 3-point frequency, 7th in mid-range frequency, and all the way back at 21st in shot frequency at the rim. Look at Minnesota's defensive efficiency numbers by shot zone in the exact same time span, the last 3 weeks. 22nd in defending the rim, so that's the weakness. You got to attack the rim against the T-Wolves. 4th against the mid-range and 6th against the 3-point shot. Looks like this Minnesota defense was built perfectly to stop the Wizards offense. If this game was in DC, I would consider taking the Wizards, but it's not. It's in Minnesota, so I'm officially deboarding the Wizards wagon, and I am climbing aboard the T-Wolves truck. Everyone get in. We're riding the T-Wolves here. Give me Minnesota -3 next game. Clippers on the road in Phoenix. This is a 10 p.m. tip time. Total's down to 223.5. Line was Phoenix +1.5. but it swung 2.5 points towards the Suns. So we're now looking at Phoenix -1. Most likely that's a result of Norman Powell being ruled out for the Clippers. Public's pretty even on this one as of earlier today. Let's take a quick look at our spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Phoenix -7.1. Huge lean on the Suns there. This is tough because the Suns truly look great. The Suns are all the way back. But I don't fade the Clippers when Paul George and Kawhi Leonard are on the court. I just don't do it. Clips are 9-2 in their last 11 games when both those guys play. But Norman Powell sitting definitely makes me hesitate a bit. If you've been watching Clippers basketball, you know how important this dude is to that offense. I'm taking the Clippers because, like I said, I don't fade this team when Paul George and Kawhi Leonard play. I think they're one of the best teams in the league. But without Norman Powell, this is going to be probably my smallest bet of the 3 games. So give me Clippers +1 for probably a half unit. If anything changes with these bets, I will let you know on Twitter. So give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final tickets as the top bet, parlay of the day, that kind of stuff, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. Last NBA day for about a week. Let's make it count. Remember to bet responsibly, and I'll talk to you on Twitter.